Welcome back, Spirits of Vengeance, to a Ghost Rider vlog.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Ghost Rider vlog. Today we're going to be talking about issue number 75, titled Beware the Steel Wind, and also introducing Steel Wind on the cover. Steel Wind is a female character who, if you couldn't tell by the look of her in this particular inside cover, seems to be very suspicious. Dark outfit, riding a bike, etc. And what she does is she instantly walks into the carnival and takes over Johnny's job. Johnny several times wishes to just peacefully walk on and just leave be because, well, he feels as much of a burden as he has been a help to the carnival. However, the carnival itself, almost all the people who work there, would rather he stay on because carnival is technically like family for a lot of these people. So they give Johnny a chance to have it out with Steel Wind in a contest. She doesn't much care for this and mentions a master who has ordered Quentin to behave himself and to let Steel Wind run things on her own. However, that's not what's going to be passing by with these people, at least not very easily. So the race goes on. They set up several obstacles, and Steel Wind herself even uses a laser. However, it's the Ghost Rider once more interfering in the midst of the race that causes Johnny to lose concentration, get hit by one of the obstacles, and slow down so much as to lose the race finally in the end. He gives up and quietly walks away along with the reporter. I would add that I catch her name that it's Miss Randolph, and that she's been obviously looking in on things. I keep forgetting her name. I'm terrible at names, but Miss Randolph is also told to shoo off, and she was planning to leave anyways, so she leaves with Johnny. Afterwards, we see the magician, whom I don't think we've really seen before, but he might have been in the background, I don't know. We see the magician come in on Steel Wind as she's prepping herself for the night, only to see her without her gloves on, and to see that her hands are mostly made of metal, and rippling, grotesque flesh barely holding on to the now metal arms. She reaches forward for him, and that's the last we see of him outside of a scream of "No!" So in the weeks that pass after this, Miss Randolph finds out more and more about what's been going on, and actually figures out something behind the scenes that might be going on here. Also, Johnny is constantly being tormented at night by the Ghost Rider, telling him to go back to the carnival and seek out the evil that has obviously taken over. As we also check in on the carnival itself, Steel Wind has been threatening literally everybody, from the guys who are running the main events down to the showgirls, and even Corky the Clown, who's still injured, and his son, who is still more or less comatose to a certain degree after his run-in with the Ghost Rider last time. And she just believes that everyone who doesn't work should be gone, and that everyone owes her money. Everyone. To the point that it's beginning to run the place into financial ruin, and that the entire carnival is starting to speak up against her. Johnny and the reporter meet up again outside and decide to have their own little side entry, and the carnies are all there to help. They start to question Quentin and are literally ready to walk if things don't change. However, Steel Wind shows up yet again. She pulls out the wand that the magician had and snaps it in her hand. This makes everyone run back aghast, all except for one man on a bike. Johnny Blaze continues to stare down Steel Wind, and a fight quickly ensues. He also figured out her lasers and is using a mirror to deflect her. However, she has far more tools at her disposal than just ray guns, as she unleashes a fiery torrent against him in their chase. The Ghost Rider wills himself this time for the first time ever to actually take over Johnny Blaze, and did so at just the right time to save him from what could have been a fiery death. The Ghost Rider quickly makes a hell bike and lets the physical bike crash into Steel Winds, giving her a moment of freak out. She uses several other weapons to try and dispose of the rider, however he is not easily dealt with, and in the end he manages to destroy the bike, nearly ripping out her arms, and then gives her the Hellfire treatment as all people deserve. Johnny Blaze finally comes back early the next morning, and upon questions all he had for answers was, "You don't want to know what happened to Steel Wind." And here's where things get a little more interesting. Back in issue number 70, I said we ran into some people, in particular the Freakmaster and his lackeys, as they took the one disfigured man that was first kidnapped but then went willingly with them. Apparently his attempts to try and make them into better men have utterly failed, and this is one of their attacks on the Carnival again. They had decided that they need to investigate further into this, figure out why Steel Wind failed, and possibly attack Johnny Blaze directly, in order to get things going apparently in the way that they want things to go. Ergo, issue 7070 has more meaning, as it seems that these men have not yet decided to give up. We have a lot of interesting things going on. We have some more backstory that's finally developing, and we also now for sure know that the Freakmaster is actually going to be a regular enemy at this point, as he seems to be poised to threaten the poor Carnival even at its lowest ebb right now. Johnny is barely holding on as the current bike rider despite this massive threat, and despite having a new villainess entered in, we can't guarantee she's gone, as some people have been able to withstand the Hellfire better than others. So we'll see how things develop from here. An interesting little year end for the Ghost Rider, and the next 6 weeks will be the final weeks of the original run. So we'll see what happens to Blaze, what will happen to the Ghost Rider, who has now gained so much power that he can will himself when he feels it's necessary. And we'll see how much longer he can stay on the Carnival before something else goes possibly horribly wrong, and what the Freakmaster has planned next for Johnny Blaze. But for now, this is all for this week. I'll see you all next time.